I promised you an answer. You pressed me about consciousness, gravity, and matter. I brought up Niels Bohr and the quantum realm of photons, particles, and paraparticles, wondering what it all means. I mentioned the Gospels, the Apocrypha texts discovered in 1945, and specifically the Gospel of Thomas, excluded from the New Testament, yet seemingly containing truths that had been there all along. In one sense, Jesus told Thomas, and Thomas's insights were conveyed to Paul. Imagine your entire life recorded on film, the reel lying in front of you. You can watch it from beginning to end, you can skip to the middle, rewind, fast forward, or replay certain scenes. Time and space become irrelevant from your vantage point because you have all the tools to view any moment in any order. That is the quantum world. Everything connected, everywhere, all the time. It's even in the Bible. There is no separation, no real beginning or end. Among the so-called Dead Sea Scrolls, we find a key in the Gospel of Thomas. The language may sound nonsensical, but there was also a copy of Plato's Republic among those ancient writings, and Plato's ideas can unlock Thomas's cryptic words. The lion and the man are one. All things are connected. Early quantum experiments showed that photons behave differently when observed. Our consciousness seems to affect their behavior, suggesting photons themselves might be aware. At this crossroads, Einstein and Bohr ran out of answers, perhaps because they asked the wrong question. Instead of, how does consciousness arise from matter? Maybe it should have been, how does matter arise from consciousness? We already know matter is just interconnected particles, really just one grand thing that our minds break apart into illusions, much like separate scenes on a DVD. It's meaningless until someone watches it, but when observed, it's beautiful and coherent, images and sounds emerging from mere bits of light. Consciousness is the root of reality, the source of our most basic understanding of this illusion we call life. Science would call this great unity the quantum field, but the Bible might call it God. When Paul wrote, "There is neither Jew nor Greek, there is neither bond nor free, there is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in Christ Jesus," many believe he was simply speaking of equality. Perhaps, though, he was also describing our fundamental oneness, our connectedness. In the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus says, "When you make the two one, and when you make the inside as the outside and the outside as the inside, then shall you enter the kingdom." Every distinction we draw is an illusion. Paul again states, "What no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, and what no human mind has conceived," words that might echo Thomas's teaching. And when Christ tells us to love your enemy as yourself, it becomes far more plausible if we realize there truly is no enemy, no separation, only the grand unity we all share.